Alright, this next video is about Jenny was actually watching this video the other day, and then somebody forwarded me this video as well. It was added on 10/24/13, and it's some kid, 13-year-old kid in California, got shot to death by the police because he was carrying a fake AK-47 rifle. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my feedback on that is basically, being a former police officer, I understand that because that's how they train you, is like to basically like treat everything as like serious, you know, like you're always like on high alert type thing. Like, you're pulling somebody over in the car, even if it's an old lady, you gotta act as if she's got a gun or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they train you. And when they train you to shoot to the center. They don't train you to shoot their arm or their leg. They train you to shoot directly to their chest. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they train you to shoot. And like this, I think is a good example of what I view to be, in a way, like a part of like real martial arts. Like, it's not like a game. This is not like Jackie Chan here. I mean, this is like real life. This is not Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? This is not like this is not like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, this is like a serious situation where, like, basically you don't mess with the police. You know what I'm saying? And a real martial artist, somebody that's a real martial artist that knows like lethal stuff, you don't mess with that. You know, and basically, it's not a game. You know, like out there, this is another example of what it's like in the real world. This is not TV. This is not competition fighting. This is not entertainment. This is a real life situation, and these are the real dangers that are on the streets. And that's what police officers have to deal with. And that's what real martial arts train for. You understand? It's not for entertainment, but you're training for dealing with real life, like, survival situations. And this kid was not properly educated with like what the real world is like out there. You know, it's basically like, in a way, similar to like irresponsible teaching of martial arts. Like, you don't teach them properly and then they get themselves in trouble. So, same thing with these guns. Like, you don't teach the kids properly on how to, like, handle these guns and use these guns and the relations of these guns into the real society, then stuff like this happens. But when you're training with somebody, or if it's his father or whoever the case may be, they're supposed to properly train them to say, you know what, you never have this outside in public eye.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you never, but a lot of people, they don't know. You know, like some people, they don't know. I mean, I used to be a police officer, so I know like how serious it is. But even like when I was working, there was this like football player at the school, and what he did was he was driving the car, and then he pointed the gun out the window. And it was like a BB gun, right? Somebody behind him saw him do that, and they thought it was a real gun. So they called us, the police, and then we had like 15 squad cars like looking for this guy. And then we find the guy, and then everybody's drawing their guns out, acting as if this guy had a real gun. You know, so he had to like shut off his engine, put his hands up, and then like slowly walk out of the car, put his hands behind his head and all this other stuff, and all these guns are pointed at him. You know, and people, they don't realize the seriousness of like the reality of what it is out there when you're talking about guns. Because like anybody could kill you. You know, doesn't matter if it's a male or female, doesn't matter if you're old, old or young or small, or you're even a child. And they're saying like in this incident, just the day before, they're saying like some teenager shot and killed somebody and then killed himself. Like shot and killed some teacher or something and then killed himself. That was like the day before. And then the day after, this kid is walking outside with this AK-47, and then 2 cops see him. They tell him to drop the gun. He won't drop the gun, and they shot and killed him.
Yeah,
now,
I would just drop it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know how it happened, but maybe the kid didn't even know it was the police. Or maybe the kid just doesn't know. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the police didn't even give him much of a chance. Drop the gun, boom, and then they shoot him right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know this situation, but really, you know, this video hopefully helps educate people that you don't ever carry guns that look real out in public. You don't ever do that. You know what I'm saying? And you always have to like cover those guns, and like if you're gonna transport a gun, put it in a bag. Don't like just have it like on your car seat or like in the back of your car, like for everybody to see. Even a gun that looks real. You know, like even if it's not real, even the fact that it looks real, you don't have it out in public.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? And if you ever deal with the police and you have a fake gun, drop that right away. Put your hands up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta drop the gun right away and put your hands up. You don't.
Of course, they want to arrest you for that, right? If they discover it's fake.
I mean, they won't arrest you, but but it depends on what you're doing with it. If you have a fake gun and you go to a grocery store and you stick up the cashier, yeah, they're gonna arrest you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you point at someone and act like it's real and you're threatening their life, they're gonna arrest you. You know what I'm saying? So, but even if you have a BB gun, I mean, you shouldn't be shooting it in public eye. You know what I'm saying? You have to be very careful. Even if you go to your own backyard and people see you using it, they might think it's real, and they call the police. Next thing you know, you got like 10 squad cars with everybody pointing their guns at you.
Just to discover it's fake.
Yeah, but still, it's a very serious situation. And when you have kids, it's very important that you don't ever let them play with guns that look real. That's why they make all these airsoft or not airsoft. They make these Nerf guns. Like you could clearly see that they're toys because of the colors. But these airsoft guns, they look very real. The BB guns look really very real. Even though the paintball guns look real. So you just have to be very careful. I mean, usually you only want to use that stuff indoors. Like, you don't want to use that stuff outside.
Yeah.
You know, like the stuff that looks real. And just learn from the situation. And like I said, you know, this is like, in a way, this is partly trying to show people like how real martial arts is. It's like what the police deal with. You know, like this is like serious stuff, and you don't play with this stuff. You know, but when you're a kid, you know, and then you know, his life was taken away because he didn't know. You know, and I think a lot of people don't know. They don't realize the seriousness of like having like guns and knives. Even knives. If you have a knife and a police officer sees you with a knife, they're justified to shoot and kill you. So you have to be very careful with the knives. You have to be very careful with the guns and even the toy guns. And I'm telling you right now, this is a fact right here. If you have a toy gun and you don't even point it at the police officer, but you just have it, and the police officer could literally just shoot and kill you without even warning you, and then he won't even get in trouble. Because who's going to say that he even warned you? You're already dead. You can't say that, oh, he didn't warn me. You're just carrying a gun, and he shoots and kills you, and then all of a sudden, he could just say, oh, you know, he pointed at me, he threatened me, when you did it. You know? So, like, it's just something that you have to be very careful with. Even a knife. Even if you have a knife, and you're not even hurting anybody, but the fact that you have the knife, he can literally shoot and kill you, and then just say that you tried to run after him. So any weapons that you have, even a cell phone, people have literally died on like traffic stops where the guy's trying to pull out a cell phone and the police officer shoots and kills him because he thought he was pulling out a gun. So I'm telling you, when you're dealing with the police, you gotta make sure you show them your hands and you don't make any abrupt movements. Because as soon as you start reaching down like this, they think you're trying to get a gun and then they can shoot and kill you. And they'll be justified in doing so. They won't even go to jail because all they gotta say is, oh, I thought he had a gun. Because he reached for his pocket. And then next thing you know, you're dead. And then you can't even defend yourself. So when you're dealing with the police, it's very important that you do not have anything in your hands and you don't pretend like you have a gun or make them think that you have a gun. You know what I'm saying? It's some serious stuff. You know? So this is an example of how serious it is out there.
Okay.
You know?
Well, yeah, you should definitely be careful about that. Also, I think there's some colleges that don't allow BB guns after school. Maybe it would, yeah, because like they look a little bit more real. Is that the reason why?
I think it's different for different cities, but there's certain cities where BB guns are outlawed. Like you're not allowed to have them. Even nunchucks are outlawed in a lot of states. You're not even allowed to. You're not even allowed to have nunchucks. So I think even Canada banned nunchucks for the whole country. You're not even allowed to have it in your home. I think.
Even the plastic ones?
No, they're talking about the real ones.
Oh, the real ones.
So I'm telling you, man, like when it comes to guns and stuff like that and weapons, you really have to like study your state's laws and find out what is allowed and what is not allowed. And it's different for different cities. And if you don't know the law, man, you can get yourself in some big trouble with this stuff.
I see.
So basically, just don't ever have the gun in public eye. You know what I'm saying? Like those BB guns. You can have a Nerf gun, but not the BB guns, man. Just be very careful. Just have it in private, in your basement, training inside. You know, not outside. Or even if it's not a BB gun, even if it's just a toy gun, it looks like a gun. Just gotta be very careful, man. And if you got kids, don't let them play with guns that look real.
Yeah, just let them play with a water gun.
Yeah.
You know, they look less real.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, man, it's almost the safest. Just don't even let them play with guns outside. Because literally, a cop, even if it's a Nerf gun, cops are stupid. They just shoot and kill a kid. Oh, I thought it was real. I'm not responsible. I just thought it was real. You know what I'm saying? So just don't even play with guns outside. That's what I think. You know.
Yeah.
Just to be really safe. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some stupid cops out there, or there's just like say there's a racist cop and they just want to kill somebody. Oh, I thought it was real. That's all they gotta say. Oh, I thought it was real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all they gotta say. I thought it was real. That's all they gotta say. Even when it clearly doesn't look real, they can still kill the guy. Oh, I thought it was real.
Yeah, and they can get away from it.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, man, the way this world works, the police are always right. Like, when was the last time you ever see a police officer go to jail? You know, it's always like, you know, them doing all this shady ass stuff and then getting away from it. And the worst thing that happens, they get fired. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the worst thing.
Usually the good ones get fired.
Yep.
And you know, the thing about, you know, the cop shows and all that, you know, I used to watch some like The Mentalist, you know, he's like someone who helps a cop by his like mental skills and all that. He's like a consultant. But basically they were trying to tell you that all the police are good, you know, they're perfect, they always respect the law. they'll do everything right, but in real life, that's not necessarily the case at all. I mean, you can even learn like from Sir Pico. I mean, he will tell you exactly what's been happening in the police force.
Yeah.
And there's also another guy. I think his name is Joe Sanchez. I just discovered him, and there was a saying that he's set up exactly like Serpico, like Serpico was set up. But I doubt that he got shot or something. But Serpico got shot in the face, but I don't know about him. I mean, I have to look him up even more. But yeah, the point is though, the cops that they display in the shows, the kind of cops you see in the shows, keep in mind that it's not the cops in real life. They're not like that.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, so that's enough for that one.